To foster an inclusive community on my floor, I had to encourage my residents to not only get to know their roommates, but also their neighbors. Naturally, a lot of them were pretty reluctant to do that, so that gave me the idea of doing some of the work for them. So, in addition to the intentional conversations that we had, I began texting them to talk about their interests, their hobbies, their aspirations, like their goals after college, just so I can get to know them a little bit better. And also to have like a reference for things that I learned about them through the text messages that like we saved and stuff. So for example, I was talking with one of my residents about her classes, and I found out that she was taking American Sign Language, and then we had a pretty long discussion about what she wanted to do with it, and I found out more about her family and like her dad and a whole bunch of other things. And almost about a week later, I found out that another one of my residents is studying American Sign Language as well, and then he had just taken the class that my first resident was taking at the time. So through learning that, I had them connect a little bit, and then they formed a relationship through American Sign Language. Now, in addition to this, I was sure to be open with my residents about myself so they wouldn't fear me as some type of authority figure that they might be scared to come to, but they'd also understand me as a resource that's here for them. And I did this by letting them know some of my struggles and being open and seeing them outside of the floor. So I was playing basketball with some of them, I would go work out at the gym with them or eat with them across campus. And doing all those things made me more relatable to them, and that made them more comfortable with talking to me. By being open with my residents, they are more comfortable opening up to me in our intentional conversations, and I was able to learn some of the things that they struggled with. Working 2 years as an orientation leader taught me nearly every resource that's available to students at the university, and then combining my knowledge and experiences as an orientation leader with my understanding of my residents really enabled me to help them in a more specific way than just referring them to a resource. Instead of telling them to try a specific office or reach out to some type of department, I could just tell them, or I was able to tell them, go to Miss Suzanne over in student health because she helped one of my friends last year with the same exact problem. She's really, really helpful. And now for these upcoming semesters, the biggest thing I can do would be to build on the level of trust between my residents and myself and make myself as relatable as I can be to them. It's one thing to be a resource for residents, but it's another thing completely to be a resource that residents are comfortable with and are confident in.